Hey everyone, my name's Jamil. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a merch store on Printful featuring a bunch of diverse merchandise that people are going to want to buy. So today we're going to be covering three main things. Number one, how can we create merchandise? Number two, what kind of merchandise should we create and offer? And number three, how do we actually market and sell our merch? Alright, let's get right into it. Whether you're an artist, music producer, or any other kind of creative, you must have thought about selling merch. Merch is a great way to connect with your fan base by allowing them to rep the brand that they love on their clothing or any other items they may use in their daily lives. But how do you even start selling merch? There's so much to think about, like design, storage, payment collection, shipping, and so on. Well, I'll tell you how to solve all those problems with two easy-to-use tools. First, you'll need to have a BeatStars account and a Pro Page plan to get access to your very own Pro Page personal website. Then you'll need to use our integration with Printful. Printful allows you to create custom products and offers easy on-demand drop shipping to BeatStars Pro Page members. So you can focus on more important things like designing your merch and communicating with your fan base. Let's get right into it then. When we go to add products to our Printful account, we'll get this pop-up menu showing us all of these options. It can kind of be a little bit overwhelming to see all of this at once, but I promise once we create one piece of merch, this will all get a lot easier. So, what kind of products should we create first? This will depend on how you want to market yourself and what you think your fan base would like to buy. When creating merch, I think it's a great idea to think of your favorite bands or artists that you follow. Think about the last time you went to a concert. The doors open, and as fans are flocking to the merch table, what kinds of things do you see on the wall? You'll probably see a t-shirt, hoodie, hats, posters. These are great starting points, and all of these things are available to create and customize. Let's customize a t-shirt. We can select from this menu which t-shirt we want in our store. These vary in types of material and color options. You can use these filters on the side to figure out which one most closely matches your preferences. I'll use this premium t-shirt here. So, the first thing we're going to want to do is upload your custom design that'll be added to your product. Your design is going to be the heart of your product and ultimately be one of the biggest factors in people deciding if they purchase from you or not. You can add anything from your logo or any other graphics you create here. To talk a little bit more about creating your first custom design, I want to bring in Erin, our brand strategist.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm the brand strategist here at BeatStars. What does that mean? I'm a little bit of the business and a little bit of the creative. Alright, let's get into this. Here are my top tips for getting logos to look great on your merch. Most logos may become hard to read when you scale them down, so to avoid this, you should use responsive logos in your branding. That means we'll create a few different versions that have elements of your logo, but not all of it.
Okay, we're going to get started in Canva, and you're going to go to the top over here and press Create a Design. So we'll just change the sizing to 1080 by 1080, that's typical logo size. And there we go. So we're going to go over to the sidebar here and select text and add a heading. And you'll just use your brand name or your producer name. I'm going to use Pay the Creators. This is a campaign we did over the summer, kind of just calling action to the fact that we believe that creators should be compensated for their work fairly and paid. So I'm going to use the font Integral, that's the font we usually use. But you can choose from so many different fonts on Canva, so find something that suits your brand. I'm going to add a curve effect here, so you can just kind of make this fit as you want. My theme is going to be a globe, saying it's like a worldly brand, so I'm going to pick something along the lines of that. So I want this to be in a circle so it can go along with that styling. And I added an X so that once it gets to a size that I like, we'll have enough space so that it actually can fit. So just keep adjusting until you get something you like. I love their effects, so get creative and play around here. I'll increase the size to just see it a little better. So now I'm going to go to Elements, and I'm going to search for a globe or world, something that's just going to give me that right icon to represent this. Let's see, they have so many different icons you can use, and if you have the Pro version, it's even more. It's such an awesome database. You don't have to go to Google, look for a PNG. It's all right here. I love it. Okay, this one looks cool. Love that. And I'm going to change this to make sure it's black. There we go. Get the sizing. Now I just want to find something that's going to pull this all together. So I'm going to look for outline circle. That'll do that for us. Okay, so there's this. It's green now, but you can usually change the colors of these. So just pick anything and then change the color to match. Then you can group this all together just to make sure that, you know, it stays in the place you want, and align it. And here we go. We almost have a full logo here. Now we're going to get into color. So you're going to want to make sure that you pick a color that really embodies your brand and represents what you're all about. So for this case, I'm going to choose green because we're talking about money and getting paid. So green is definitely our color for this situation. I definitely suggest in looking into why certain brands choose different colors and color theory, it can make all of the difference for your brand and how you want to appear to the rest of the world. So definitely look into that. So I'm going to start a new tab here so we can make our second logo design. This one's going to be a little bit more straightforward, so I'm going to remove the icon, take off the curve, and bring my letters a little bit closer together again. Okay, I'm going to remove the X and just kind of get these all on the same line here. So I actually want the top line and the bottom line to sit a little bit closer together, and for pay the to be the same size as creator. So I'm going to take this off and just kind of make these separate entities. Okay, cool. And bring this down. Line it up as you see fit and increase the size so that it meets up perfectly. Okay, let's just get a little closer to make sure that's right on the money. No pun intended. Okay, we're going to group them together so they stay together when we center them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically, we just want a different version of the one above, but still has some of the same elements, so it feels like your brand. Version 3 is going to be really simple. We're just going to use the same globe that we used before and make it green so that it gives off the impression of your brand, but isn't exactly your logo. So when you need to use a design that you can't really fit the whole logo, you can just use an element that represents you, but maybe isn't the full thing. Okay, so there you go. 3 different designs and 3 different purposes that all represent you. So you can just put all 3 of these on one page and grab them from each one. It's super simple. I can't stress enough how much I love Canva. It's so easy to use. So from here, you can just, size them as you see fit. So that's pretty much it. You can download this now. You can choose whatever file type you'd like. I'm going to choose PNG and with a transparent background so I can easily put it on other items or social content.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Good luck on your merch. I'm sure it's going to look great.
Now that we've talked about creating your first design, let's finish off creating this product. First off, you can add multiple colors to create options for your customers. Experiment with all the options to see what looks good with your design. Now, make sure all the sizes are available. Now you can choose your mock-up. Click through all of these to see which image you think shows your product in the best light. Now you would just name your product. This part can be just as important as the design. Think of a name that'll get people to stop scrolling and check out the product. Now you'll set a price for your product. We can use this chart to see the difference in how much the Printful price is and adjust what we want our price to be. The difference will show up in this profit margin. Sometimes larger sizes can be a bit more expensive than smaller sizes to purchase from Printful. You'll want to do your best to try to keep these prices on your store as similar as possible regardless of size, so no one feels excluded when they shop from your store. Obviously, it goes without saying that people will be more likely to buy cheaper products. But if your designs are good, and you have brand recognition and a loyal customer base, prices become less important in the buyer's decision. Try starting out with lower prices at first, then gradually raise them as you begin to make more sales and buzz around your store picks up. Now we're pretty much finished creating our first product. But one product alone does not make up an entire store. We're going to want to add more options for people who aren't interested in that t-shirt. Now we can use the other designs we created and add them to a few different pieces of merch. We'll use the smaller, simpler designs and put them on smaller things like a hat or a backpack. Then use our more complex designs for the items with more space that lend themselves better to larger images, like on a sweater. Like Aaron showed earlier, you should be creating designs with different pieces of merch in mind to which they'll be attached. Putting a design with too much text on a hat can make it look too busy and hard to read if you have to shrink the size of the image to get it to fit on the small surface area. Likewise, putting a design that's too tiny on a hoodie can make it look empty and unfinished. So keep all these things in mind when you're creating products. Now that we have some products created, let's actually implement them into our store so we can start selling them. Let's go back to BeatStars and sync these items to our store. Now something we'll want to do is get all of these onto our Pro page. When we sync our Pro page to our store, we have the option to feature some of these products on our homepage as well. We'll want to select a few items with different designs and some completely different products to show the best of what our merch store has to offer. So we'll put our t-shirt, sweater, and a hat. Eventually we'll adjust these and feature our best sellers, but for now I think this is the best method since we don't have that data available yet. Now just go into your customization settings of your Pro page and make sure you have the merch menu link turned on and the homepage section for merch turned on so visitors to your site can get these links. And now that we have that done, let's check out our merch store. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to BeatStars to see the next episode in the Producer Marketing Playbook.